Hey guys, it's Liam Killen, and I'm here to give you a quick review of this wonderful and simple contact instrument called Polyscape, which is the third release in the synth series. This is a series of contact instruments which are high-quality sampled versions of analog gears and synth-like Moogs, Oberheims, Prophets, and more. The first synth DX is focusing on 80s soundtrack sounds, while the second one, Abyss, is focusing on bass and deep drones, while Polyscape focuses on ethereal pads and wide soundscapes inspired by 80s and 90s electronic music. Like all of Karanyi's layouts, it's super simple, just the way I like it. It's compatible with the full version of Kontakt 5, so the paid version. But yeah, we'll get straight into it. I'll give you a quick rundown of how this instrument actually works. I'll get into a few of the presets as well, and just the basic concept of the engine. So like I said, it's a very simple layout within Kontakt 5. You could drag your sounds in from here. There's a bunch of different presets, single modules, pads and soundscapes, strings and sweeps, keys and vintage stuff. You know what, I'm gonna head down to keys and vintage stuff. So now I'm using ML Mr. Smith A. And we'll take a look at the whole layout. So if you scroll down here, you have the main page, edit, and master page. So obviously we're going to start with the main page. So here you have two knobs. You have pull, which is linked to the edit page. So we're going to get into that a little bit later. And then EXP, which is expression, an expression knob. So here you could right click on it, learn CC to an external knob or anything you want basically. And that's the first page, super simple. Let's go to the edit page. This is where we could really get into our sound. So we have our presets here. And you could choose a different preset for each module. If you want, you could mute the modules. I'll experiment here for a second just to show you what this is capable of. And then as you can see, there's three icons here. So right now we're on the first one, which is volume of that specific module. And then we have attack and release. Let's head to the second icon. Here we have an analog filter style high pass and low pass and two coloring EQ presets. I'm gonna solo these other modules so we can really hear what it does. So that's super straightforward. I'm actually going to change the preset here to Space Monk. Okay, let's go with that one now. The next thing we have here is ST1 and ST2. So ST1 is a stereo expander slash spreader, and it spreads the sound by about 50%. So let's take a look at that. So there's a definite difference there. Let's head to ST2, which is also a stereo expander, but with delay. So it gives like a pseudo expanding image. Let's keep it interesting here. Let's change the sound again. Piano, Prophet 6. Ooh. And next we have two different types of reverb, so let's just take a look at those. This one's a lot more intense. So the next thing we're going to look at is pull, which is actually on the main page. So let's turn all the rest of the modules on. Head back to main. And we'll see what pull does. So now it's in the middle. So you hear a definite difference there. Let's go back to the edit page and I'll explain. So these two top combined modules are one pull, and then you have the bottom modules, that's the second pull. So basically you're just mixing back and forth between those with the pull knob. Let's look at the third icon. This one's really simple. Let's mute these other modules now. This is a pulse. You have a mix knob for how much pulse you want on the left here, and then you have the note value that you want the pulse to be. So let's check out 16th note. We'll put it on full mix. 8th note. Okay, and then obviously the bottom row is the same thing, but it's just a much sharper, more jagged pulse. So that about does it for the edit page. Let's head to the master page now. So here we have an SSL style EQ and a master compressor. Let's try compressing it. Just like Karanyi's other contact instruments, it's very straightforward, gets the job done. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully this gave you some good insight on how the instrument actually works. Cheers.